I saw you sitting on the top floor. You don't mind, huh?
No, I think I like the fresh air.
Yeah,
we do, but that often doesn't happen because sometimes we'll go a bit longer in session. So we
Yeah, I have 2 announcements, but
sometimes too structured, right? Yeah, exactly. And yours, what you're doing
so maybe between us
You look very comfortable.
I'm trying
Good. 2, 4, 3.
and then now I'm going to
I was still shocked at you.
It's too good.
You know what I did with students when I was teaching, right? I was still shocked at them. Come on, let's back to work.
It's kind of wrinkled.
That's okay. Back to work.
Oh, yay! Come on, go back to the test. All right, you're gonna have a test. Oh.
Wake up time.
Open book, right? Open book, yeah. And I want to ring the bell so that downstairs, upstairs, wherever they are.
Ring my bell.
Now ring the Josh.
Not too low for me. Oh, you shouldn't have showed me those.
I know.
What are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
What? It's
All right. Settle down, Jess. You're not taking this, Steve.
Oh, I am actually.
But you can edit it out. Best thing about non-live feeds.
All right, I have 2 announcements. Number 1 is that I like to keep your email confidential, but it will take me ages one at a time. Would that be okay? Do you want to keep your emails as a group? Then everybody will know your emails and you could communicate among yourselves. Or you want it to be, you don't want that to be included.
Blank copy.
BCC.
Busy, that's easy.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Okay, yes or no?
I have a question though. Can we put the names with the email?
I see your emails sometimes do not match the name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, Steve, could you do that?
Sure.
He's the iTech person. IT.
I can.
Okay. Now we know what we wanted, right? All BCC? Okay. And number 2, could we have a group picture tomorrow after school?
Yeah.
All right. That's all I need to
I
do.
have a suggestion with the group, one of the group pictures. I love that picture that you have downstairs where everybody has their hands in, you're kind of looking down like that. That's a cool picture. You know the picture you
Oh,
got
yeah,
downstairs?
And you know what they do? They have a camera,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and
a
then
great picture.
but with so many people,
Yeah, that might be hard with some.
that might be hard.
I love that picture.
Yeah. We could put a CD.
I think we could.
I know.
Look,
Yes.
look, we got a IT genius here. We got a camera genius over there.
Yes.
And we got all the dancers and singers and actors.
I think we,
Hey.
I think it should be called, favorite hits by psychotherapists. So we can play, you know, the song Healing.
We should get her to do a solo,
Oh,
do a song and dance.
I'll tell you what, I got flute here, I got piano behind. All the talents would be all included. And you know what? We should have a party of all the participants ever since we started in January.
Okay, I have one more announcement. Do you have a syllabus?
Yes.
You know, a syllabus represents a contract between the students, the participants, and the instructors, right? So with your permission, I want to add one more item about objectives.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Only if we don't.
What happens if we said no?
Only if we have another.
Always it's for your good.
No.
Now, the last item is important. You know why? Because often therapists are only interested in skills and techniques. Am I correct? But everyone I give workshop is about teach us more techniques. But there's something more important than technique. What is more important? Take the test. Good. Here the strong. What's your name?
Marcy.
Oh, she knows all the answers.
It's all boss.
You are more important than your skills, remember? That's why. So now with your permission, I add one more item. That means to one of the objectives is to learn to enlarge your capacities for understanding, for empathy, and for growing. Right? It's about you. It's not about skills, it's about you. Is that okay?
Can you repeat that, please?
To enlarge your capacities
Understand?
for understanding, empathy, and growing. So when you do that, you'll be more likely able to help your client do that, right? If you don't practice what you preach, your preaching has no effect, right? Now, I give you a pre-test. I'll not tell you the answer. You just give the answer yourself. At the end, I'll give you the answer. This is my right answer, okay? Now, the multiple choice for this lecture, humanistic, existential, okay? How does it move? Able. Okay. This is the first question. You just write on the right answer, A, B, C, D, E. It could be, more than one right answers, okay? Now this will be tricky, but this will involve double negatives, right? So double negative is a little bit tricky. It's a good answer already. Try move on to the next one. And I will see how many right you get, okay? Try move to the next question. To write down the right answer, you can write down A or C or D, no, the right answers. Okay, we go to the next. Okay. You think you know all the answers, but you're laughing, right? Some questions are trick questions, right? Are you ready for the next one? I hope you all score 100%. You can show hell? Do you agree with the last item, demanding more from your client?
Always.
Then you don't know empathy.
Depending, demanding or expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, demand is a little
Okay,
different.
okay. Okay. That's it. Okay, can we get back to the lecture? So we'll go back to find the right answers again. Now, usually we refer to humanistic existential as one school. There are some subtle differences, but for the time being, not to worry about that. So I refer to them as humanistic existential approach. Okay. Here are some of the characteristics of humanistic existential. One is that our interest is not your symptoms, but your story. The story of your lived experience. So that is the raw material for the psychotherapist. It's not just describe your symptom, but describe your how you experience it. The more detailed, the more graphic, the more extensive your story, the easier for the therapist to understand the client. And the second big difference is psychological disorder. Okay. Now, how many of you are using DSM-4 or DSM-5? You use it? Anybody else? The unfortunate part is that for the clinical psychologist, when you write a report, they require you to put a diagnostic label on the person. Otherwise, you don't get funding, you don't get reimbursement, all right? So it's all right to find a appropriate label, but when you help the client, you have to go beyond the label, right? It's more helpful to think of your client's problems or difficulties as problems of adjustment and process of growing, okay? And part of overcoming. So it's more helpful, it's a more positive way to simply use a disorder to describe. In DSM-5, there are all kinds of called adjustment disorders. I would rather call them simple adjustment, right? Adaptation. It's not a disorder, right? But you can, so this is the view of humanistic view, is that, we all have stumbled, we all struggle, we all experience pain and frustration. It's part of the process of living. Right? The last part is also important. The last part says what? I believe in you. I believe in your capacity for self-healing. I believe in your capacity to forgive and move forward. I believe in your capacity to fulfill your potential. And I believe in your ability to overcome and to live with your problems. So this is a much more optimistic note, all right? That you might not be able to solve your problem, but at least you can move on and live your problem in a more functional, in a happier way. So any question about this slide? Does it make sense? Do you buy into that? Good.